is me. This is called Creep. Sorry. This is called Creep. I had a sordid affair with an extremely hot doctor a few weeks ago. I say it was specifically an affair because it had terms and they were strict. The Canadian doctor I was having an affair with was leaving the city, moving out of the city, out of the country, back to Canada. And I knew that when I met him, so I said we were going to have a beautiful sordid affair. And at the end of our intense sordid affair, he gave me a beautiful copy of A Little Life, which is torture porn in novel form, but I think the writing is beautiful. Sorry, gays. The dogs are fighting now that I'm watching. Anyway, he's in Canada now. Hey! Hey! Thank you, boys. Sit down. This is the Orange Terror Cycle Part 3, Chapter 41, and I'm going to keep this brief because I forgot I had to write this until today. I was talking to a friend this morning on Twitter DMs, whatever the phrase is, and I was telling her how weird this all feels, how weird it all feels again, because March and April in New York were apocalyptic, and May and June were slightly less scary as the sirens began to silence and spread, and as people began to test the waters of leaving their homes to explore what the new world looked like, to see what the subway would be like with the new rules in place. And last month, July, as the city began to emerge in its new form, with mostly everyone following the rules, the exception, of course, as always, straight white men who are too tall for me to realistically reprimand publicly because they might hit me. So I just go quietly, I go meekly, I say, "Where's your fucking mask, man?" behind my mask. Where's your fucking mask? And they never hear me. And then as soon as it hit August on Friday, the city sort of settled into this weird sense, this weird haze of, I don't know what to call it, but like dread? Dread again? We returned to dread. My friend who I was DMing this morning, she said, it's exhaustion. It's been 5 months of this and we're all tired of it. We're all tired. It's fucking hard because it's fucking hard. And in the back of my head, I know it's only a matter of time before another shutdown, but in my heart, I'm so desperately clinging on to the idea that because we did it right first here in New York, we won't have to deal with a resurgence of the whole thing, because I'm already freaking out watching the rest of the country go through what we survived 5 months ago. And I'm watching them go through it in this sense of, we're stuck here for a while, huh? Creeps through me, creeps through my veins, and it creeps into the part of my brain that controls my anxiety, controls my, oh geez, I'm having a panic attack, that controls the part of my brain that makes me think panic attacks are heart attacks. And what it really is I'm tired. And I probably talked about it before in earlier chapters about this section of the book we're living through, but it's like a bones deep tired now. I was out on Fire Island for 2 weeks, and it was extremely relaxing and wonderful. But in the back of my head, there was that constant worry about job applications and fellowship applications, and did I tweak my neck? I sleep fitfully because of all these tasks, all of these anxieties, wake up tired, and then I'm up late the next night writing or worrying, and the cycle continues on. And I wonder how long it's going to continue before any of us get to truly relax again. Will my trip to Fire Island next summer still hold the same certain amount of tension? My shoulders relaxed a bit out there, and I wasn't constantly worried about anything. Constantly worried about anything. In fact, I was mostly relaxed because I was there to celebrate my sobriety. But there were these creeping moments, taking a break from reading my book or looking at the ocean or wondering what to get for lunch, where it would hit me. It wasn't like I was returning to a sure thing, right? I was taking a break from moving forward in a terrifying unknown. I had a great time out there, but only to return from vacation to keep moving forward in the same terrifying unknown. I had a great time, but as soon as I came back, Jesus, it was rough. It was a horrible week. And then, the creeping sensation of watching your nation slide into what seems like come October will be a dictatorship led by a fascist, so comically incompetent it feels like it's ripped off from a Marx Brothers film. I found myself saying a lot lately, a lot more frequently lately, that I don't want to talk about him. And I don't want to talk about him anymore. It's just so upsetting. I mean, the man is very unwell, clearly, and hates a lot of people. So I don't want to talk about him, but in my assertion aloud of not wanting to talk about him, I make the entire remainder of the conversation about him. I could be dining at a sidewalk cafe somewhere up here in the Heights, and I could say, no, let's not talk about him, let's look at the menu. And then while deliberating over whether or not I want French toast or quiche, the subtext running through my head is entirely about how much I'm looking forward to the day I get to read his obituary. And I wonder how dour my mood tracker would be if I had the discipline to use one. What would the tracking line of the last 5 months look like? Would it gently soar up and down, or would there be spikes, or would there be fun trends, or would it all just creep along and highlight that I'm more miserable than I think I am, that we're all more miserable than we think we are? I don't know. I feel like that's where I'm at now. We've been doing this for a long time, and we still have a long way to go, right? There's so much we don't know. There's so much we can't know. There's so much we won't know for a while. It's fucking exhausting. And I'm fucking exhausted.